The ABCs of a RPL Learning Management System. A. The learning is interactive. The learner interacts with the learning material. B. The learner learns by expert guidance to perform a certain skill. C. Flying solo. The learner interacts with the learning module on his own and is assessed on the skill he has attained by prior learning. Right, let's recap. So first we have the learner that is in learning interaction. That is A. Then it is B, which is a guided step-by-step guidance where we show you the you-do principle. And then it is time for the learner to fly solo. The system will tell him if he is doing what he's supposed to do right. Well, if you can say A, B, C, you can learn and acquire certification on an RPL LMS. Right, so let's take a look how our system will teach you COM-B in mining. You would first of all have to achieve the following 3 compulsory unit standards. Your first unit standard that you must achieve is follow the basic health and safety rules underground. And then we will have to teach you in your second unit standard the art of barring. Number 3, it is crucial that you understand the rock strata around you. So that unit standard is important and must be achieved. So we will start off with the first 3 unit standards, and then we will move over to the site-specific unit standards. Every mine has got different geological conditions and is unique in its own structure. It is therefore important that you achieve their own specific, elective, site-specific unit standards. To understand why we actually designed a new RPL LMS, it is important to first have a look at our normal training procedures as they happen on the mine. Today, theory is trained online or in a classroom. And then the student is assessed online or in the classroom. All of this is subject, as far as theory concerned, to the notional hours as specified by the MQA. Then you, the learner, will go for on-the-job or practical training in some facility underground. Whereafter you will be assessed by a certified MQA assessor. And this, of course, is all subject to the notional hours as prescribed by the MQA. There are some very important SAQA MQA prescriptions in the control document. It is important at this time to note that the prescriptions in the control documentation from SAQA, as far as the skills program Comp B is concerned, actually gives us all the tools to design a highly effective and truly interactive RPL learning LMS. The MQA confirms in writing that evidence can be presented in a variety of forms: reports, testimonials, mentioning of functions performed, and application of relevant competencies, work records, portfolios. But the most important of these are that they say performance records and videos of evidence is actually the currency of evidence that they require. Now let's take a look how we use these tools the MQA provided us with as the ground principles of design. The MQA principle of applied competence, that means that you've got to be able to apply the theory that you've learned competently in the workplace, allows us to actually build the tool and the assessment tool that will allow you to actually prove and illustrate and record this. The assessment evidence that we present will be records, a normal assessment of every play you have made of understanding within our interactive module. And there will be records kept in video format of how you in practice practically mastered your trade. So, with all that said, it is now time to see how the RPL LMS training procedures work in practice. With all of that being said, it is now time to double check how the RPL LMS training procedures work in practice. You start off with a guided module where the theory is trained in a simulated 2D work environment, and that you are guided and coached every step along the way. Then you are assessed online or on the Verisec kiosk or on your desktop or on your mobile. There is no notional hours that the MQA attach to this type of training, and therefore it is conducted in 40% of normal time. Then you move on to the solo modules, where you will apply the theory that you've learned in the guided modules and practically apply it in a simulated work environment. Your performance will be assessed in the manner you apply it competently. You will be assessed by the system itself. Your performance records and videos of failures and successes, and how you've applied the theory successfully or not, is then determined by the system itself. It will find you competent or not competent. Super skills in super quick time by a super RPL LMS training management system. Novice training. The notional hours of training is reduced from 160 hours to 50 hours. You can work out your direct cost savings yourself and you can add to that the hours that you actually gain in productivity and make your own sum. It is quite a substantial turnaround. Refresher training is reduced by at least 60%, and that includes adding 10% more time for practical skills development. So not only do we deliver a student to you quicker, we actually deliver to you a student that is more qualified.